Florence, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Siena, Versilia, Maremma. In one word, Tuscany. But Tuscany is not only this. It is a complex region made of history, culture, tourism, tradition, and nature. Starting from the mountains, it descends into hills and arrives up to the sea. Historical and medieval cities merge with a landscape that is recognized for its beauty all over the world. Certainly, the Sienese countryside stands out among all, the famous Val d'Orcia. However, Maremma is also incredibly amazing for its rusticity. Another strong point is the coast and the Tuscan archipelago, with the island of Elba and the island of Giglio, which act as queens. Thanks to its ample choice of sceneries, Tuscany has always been used as a film set both for Italian cinema and foreigners. There are a lot of titles that can be mentioned, but I will limit myself to those that I have analyzed in my thesis, which are Under the Tuscan Sun, Tale of Tales, The Greek Beauty, Gladiator, Miracle at St. Anna, Life is Beautiful, The Wonders, Letters to Juliet, Non ci resta che piangere, A Room with a View, New Moon, The English Patient, Hannibal, and also two Italian TV shows, Il Falco e la Colomba and Il Commissario Manara 2. Each one of these movies uses a different Tuscan location, or however, even if it is the same, it is seen from a different point of view. Some of these films have used wonderful places which were almost unknown until that moment and had never been used in cinema. Clearly, there are laws which regulate the use of these spaces, but there are also associations that help the cinema world in order to use these spaces and in this way to promote them. The main association is Tuscany Film Commission, that supports all cinematographic productions that choose Tuscany for their movies. Its head is completely free and includes all productive processes. Although Tuscany is beautiful from top to bottom and is an authentic open-air movie set, there are areas that are chosen more often as film locations compared to other areas of the region, and surely, first of all, there is the province of Siena. In fact, as already mentioned before, the Sienese countryside is among the most beautiful and evocative sceneries of time, gentle cultivated hills, a unique mix of colors, green of olive groves and vineyards, scorched earth of fields and splendid stone farmhouses scattered here and there. This is exactly the aspect of the House of the Gladiator and the romantic background of Letters to Juliet. The protagonist is not only the Sienese countryside, but also its medieval villages which often are used as movie sets, such as in the case of Montepulciano for the second episode of the Twilight Saga New Moon. Always in the surroundings of Siena there is the monastery where the English patient was looked after. Then the movie transfers its shots on the beaches of Versilia, in the province of Lucca. Remaining in this area, on its mountains, the Apuan Alps, the touching movie Miracle at St. Anna was filmed inspired by the true story of the massacre which was committed by the Nazis in Sant'Anna of Stazzema during World War II. Arezzo is no less so with the masterpiece of Roberto Benigni's Life is Beautiful and with Under the Tuscan Sun that represents in its story that typical and common stereotype of how life in the countryside is. Florence has absolutely no need of introductions, and we can see it both acting as a romantic in the movie A Room with a View and darker and gloomier in Hannibal. Otherwise, we can go in its surroundings to the castle of San Mezzano of Regello, made famous thanks to the recent movie of Matteo Garrone, Tale of Tales, that has also filmed the amazing Vie Cave of Maremma. Thanks also to the movie The Wonders, always set in Maremma, medieval villages among the most beautiful in Italy were used. Finally, we arrived to the sea with Non ci resta che piangere on the beach of Cala di Forno, a bay of extraordinary beauty inside the Maremma Natural Park, next to the island of Giglio with the Greek Beauty, a perfect destination for a classic sea holiday living in full island style. Nevertheless, Tuscany is more than this. It is a land of traditions. Surely the culinary tradition is among the most well-known, with rustic and delicious dishes that range from starters to sweets, and are very appreciated even beyond the region. Who doesn't like drinking a good wine during a good lunch? In fact, another pride of Tuscany is its wines, of which it is a big maker, both white and red, but above all of the second. They are also recognized at a worldwide level among the best. For example, the most famous are the classic Chianti, the Brunello of Montalcino, and the Vino Nobile of Montepulciano. The tradition is also in the village parties and countryside festivals with home cooking. Above all, Renaissance fairs deserve a particular mention. Personally, I find them very fascinating. The entire historical center is illuminated with candles. Villagers are dressed in theme. Food is served as in that time in wooden bowls and spoons, and at the walls' entrance doors it is necessary to change current money with those of that time. The tradition and the attachment to their land are in the historical rivalries among provinces, born in the Middle Ages because of conquests and dominations to which cities were exposed to at that time, and today these rivalries are expressed in proverbs and antipathies that every Tuscan knows from childhood. The tradition is in the unmistakable Tuscan accent, which to outsiders always sounds the same, while actually each province has its inflection, its sayings, and its dialectal words to identify things. In fact, we are always inclined to specify from which part of Tuscany we come from, in order to avoid being confused with another province, which is usually always the one with which there is antipathy. The Middle Ages and the Renaissance have been very important periods for Tuscany, and today it is often chosen as a film location from the cinema world thanks to its monuments, buildings, and medieval fortifications of villages which are well preserved. At the end of all, we can say that Tuscany is one of the most beautiful regions of Italy and one of the most famous in the world. After all, the Made in Tuscany is a trademark that never disappoints.